Guitar big band. That sounds. What did it sound like, Adam?
It was very ethereal. It was kind of a mess, but it was basically guitars players wanting to learn to read in a musical setting. It was at North Texas. It was like kind of one of the classes, but
Was it
so
all electric guitars, or was there
yeah,
like?
all electric. Yep,
Oh,
yep. All
I would love to hear that. I don't know.
yeah. It was a trip. It was just so loose.
Yeah.
Like I mean, of those moments, it was tight. It was like, oh, okay, there's some music there, but yeah.
Was there a bass player and a drummer?
Yes, yeah, yep, bass player, drummer, keyboard player, and then 15 guitar players.
Oh my gosh, dude.
You're, I totally forgot that I did that. It was a
Oh
trip.
man.
Been the most
Yeah.
important person in that band. Like, how do I chaos?
You blocked the memory from your mind.
Guitar players, dude. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
That's probably one of the only bands where people are actually looking forward to a bass solo and not actually not talking over the bass solo.
Oh man. Um, there, like, I forgot the guitar joke that I had. It's like, what's the first? I can't remember. There's some joke about like, what's the first notes of a guitar solo, and then you just stand up and start like stomping on the ground, like you're clicking your pedals. You're not playing anything. Your effects pedals. All right, I'm gonna kick this one old school. So instead of doing our kick warm up thing and continue on that, I thought we could skip that today and do some hand warm ups. So I have just a regular rudiment warm up as our first one, and then I have one that we've looked at, but I don't think we've done. I don't know if I can get through it, but it's a like an exercise in 7, and it uses like accents and then flams, cheese, and then fives. So I'll show you that one afterwards. But all those guys, all you guys streaming with us, welcome. Thanks for hanging this morning. We got on a little late because we've been talking as a tight group. If you guys want to join the actual conversation of Chops and Coffee, you can, by all means. Just use the link on drumbrigade.com. And yeah, good stuff. All right, so we got an old school one here that we've done before, years ago. Not years ago, but a long time ago. All right, so this is like it looks like kind of like flam accents. Those 3 of those, no, 4 of those. So this one's one of those weird ones where it's 16th notes, but it feels like triplets because these are in groups of 3. And then we do flam tap at the end. So slower. Flam tap. So flam accent, flam accent, flam accent, flam accent, flam tap. If you can't do the flam dilly dow, like for example, this is a right-handed flam, so that means this little grace note is going to be left, and this is a right-handed flam, right-handed grace note, left-handed flam. So trust the sticking. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, flam tap, flam tap. Okay, so let's anybody have any questions? Everyone know how to do this? It's pretty self-explanatory. If everyone in here knows how to read at least a little, and this is just, even if you can't play the flams, then just try to play the sticking. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, left. And try to play those accents with it. Okay. All right, let's get it going. Let's play. Let's just do it for 1 minute at one tempo. We'll change the tempo at another. Do it another minute for a faster tempo, and then we'll move on to the next one. All right. So cool. I've been loving, like, I've been doing like 2-minute challenges with my students, and it's funny that they're like, some of them are just like dying, and then some of them are like, that didn't feel like 2 minutes. That felt like 2 seconds. I'm like, okay, let's do 5 minutes. They're like, no. All right, let me get this metronome going. I don't know what's a good tempo. So let me see. Does that sound like a good start tempo? Yeah, just turning it up. Sound like a good start tempo for everyone? All right, so we are focusing on flamming this time. I'm gonna get my timer. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Halfway there. That's it. Um, 1 minute does seem a little short.
That wasn't 1 minute. That felt like 1 second.
You sound exactly like a 9-year-old student. I feel like 2 minutes is the ticket. I think we should do it 2 minutes. Let's do it at 85 now for 2 minutes. All right, here we go. Oh, is that fast? Let's see. Oh, wait. I'm going to slow that down to 80. There we go. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Nice one. Yeah, that's cool. Getting in that rhythm. Very cool. You can do it.
It's the Michael Myers Halloween theme. It's what I always hear.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, whatever gets you there, man. That's like that's a good tool to, like, if you saw that on the page, that's something that I always have to think about. Like, oh yeah, that's, you know, muscle memory of like, oh yeah, this is that Michael Myers thing, and then it's like you can play it the first time, you know.
Would that even be a reference you could use for kids anymore? What was the last Michael Myers movie that came out? Like 1990, 94 or something like that?
Yeah. Oh man. God, what's the name? What's the guy's name? Be like, yeah, Wayne's World, or like Mike Myers, or
Exactly.
Coming out this October. There's a new Halloween.
Oh, really?
Oh well, shit. Then we'll have to shed this one.
Jamie Lee Curtis is back.
No shit. All right.
He was in the last one, and this is.
I'll see it.
Well, actually, the nice thing is, you know, I work with a lot of people in their like late 20s, early 30s, and the 90s are having this kind of like cultural revival moment. For just this small window in time, my pop culture references are relevant to young people again. So I'm like really enjoying this little 3-month window where they know what the hell I'm talking about. So
it's so. Me and my wife keep talking about this. Like the 90s are just like, I'm seeing kids dressed like how we used to dress in like when we were in high school, and I'm like, oh man, I used to like that style, man. Like girls wearing Dickie pants, you know, and like.
Well, what's really funny is when it gets completely decontextualized. Like Old Navy puts out a red, white, and blue Americana collection, and one of the shirts is an AC/DC shirt. I about fell on the floor when that commercial came on. I was like, okay, yeah, somebody under a certain age put that collection together, because they didn't do their homework too much on country of origin on that one.
Oh my God, that's so stupid.
The A stands for America.
America.
Americans also believe that everything like cool or relevant comes from America.
This is true.
Yeah. All right, let's do the same thing, left-hand lead instead of right-hand lead. So I'm back to 70 BPM, and we're going to switch it up. So instead of right-handed flam, we're going to start with a left hand. All right. Here we go. 2 minutes. 1, 2, ready, go. Remember to breathe. Halfway there. 10 seconds. Last one. All right. That's cool. Man, that's getting me in the zone. All right, let's do one more at 80. Same thing, left hand lead. Any
I
questions?
find I naturally want to turn this around. Am I weird, or is that anybody else feeling that? Like I always want to turn it around.
So, and then you want to do a right hand.
I want to start with the if we start with the right, when we go back, I want to start with the left.
I see. So it's like a paradiddle almost, like Babadoo. But like I feel like the tendency is to turn it into a paradiddle at the end, Babadoo, and then switch back to the left.
For me, it's naturally feels like to stay on the same one because you're doing flam tap, and then you basically start with like a kind of another flam tap. Kind of, you know.
When I slow it down like that, it's because you're hitting the left.
If I wasn't doing a flam at the beginning, then I would want to turn it around.
Weird.
Well, there's no rule that says you can't turn it around. It's all up to you. Let's do one more on this exercise. 80 beats per minute. Here we go. Left hand lead. A 1, a 2, a ready, go. One. Oh man, that was a little bit flubby. I keep wanting to do Swiss triplets instead of flam accents. All right, very cool. That's a good warm up. Now this one's let's see how I can do this here, man. I didn't think about metronomes here. Oh, this one's hard, man. Why did I want to do this one? All right, hold on. Why did I want to do this one? Let's see if we can get it. All right, we're in 7. So this is the one I'm talking about. You can count this like these are our eighth notes, right? And you can count them like I always count them like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. So and it's single strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you do that same pattern, but flams. And then cheese. And then fives. Where does it start? This one is really hard for me. It's really, really hard for me, especially reading it as we go, like 4 measures each, or not 4 measures each, 4 measures each style, So yeah, I'm wondering how's everyone feel about this one? Adam's good with this.
Of course.
Maybe we just do the.
I read this.
That last line is tricked me. Yeah, that double cheese, that was a little tricky. Why don't we just take it 2 bars at a time, or?
Yeah.
I would say, maybe, that would be like where before we start doing the flams and all that kind of stuff, like single strokes first.
In a complete coincidence of timing, I'd have got to jump for work, so it has not sent me running screaming from the room. So y'all have fun with it, and I'll see you on Friday.
Okay, man.
See you, Jason.
See ya.
See ya.
Okay, yeah, let's do the first 2 measures. Now the other problem is I don't know how to set the metronome on this, and don't judge me. It should be 1/8 notes, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, we're gonna have to. Well, technically, it would be quarter notes unless you have it go da 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 da. It'd be kind of nice to feel it like like.
Yeah, like that.
So
What you want? Your
I-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Actually, after Adam just did that, it's probably best just to focus again, trust the hands, but focus on the accents, right?
Yeah, I think it should be
Hands are always just going to be doing this. Let's just get those accents going.
That's just quarter notes, but with an 1/8 note. So that's really weird, right?
that
That's not right, right?
that's
Maybe
right.
Okay.
no accents.
Why am I guessing why am I second guessing myself? So you're saying just that.
Yeah, is there a way to set the clicks to 7?
Yeah, I think so, but I don't really use that feature very much. So let me see here. That's 5, 6. Wait, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then an accent on the 7. I mean on 1.
Yeah,
So 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, that's still 1/8 notes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. But these are 1/8 notes, right?
Well, all you gotta do is just speed it up until it sounds like 1/8 notes to you, like regardless of the BPM.
yeah.
So we just treat them all as 1/8 notes.
There it is.
Okay, and I can also do this. Oh no, wait. Not that one. This one.
That's 4 and 3, which also works.
There we go. That's how we're gonna play our thing.
1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Hey, we're on it. Okay.
It's just the first 2 bars that we're doing right now, though, right?
That's the
Because we'll have to change.
Yeah.
We'll have to change it going forward if we are trying to like fit the pattern.
Exactly. So we'll just do the first 2 bars repeating for 1 minute here. And that's what it's going to sound like. All right, we got it. Here we go. Oh no, I got to count this in 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Couple more. Last one. Nice one. All right, that's cool. Let's go 2, 10, and 7.
If you want to be trippy, you can do the whole 4 with just that same click that we had right now, and not try to like I guess not try to depend on the actual like accent for your like, to give you the cues. That's what I was doing right now. It just trips people up, bro. It's a little fun. Like a little fun.
That's weird.
It is weird, yeah.
Okay, let's try this like at a respectable tempo.
We're getting into Virgil Donati territory.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's so many notes, it's like. All right, let's try it there. Same thing. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Almost there. Last couple. Last one. All right, cool. Let's try to do now that we've got it pretty down. I'm going to slow it down a little bit, but now let's try to do these first 2 measures. So they're not numbered, but measure 5, measure 6. So now we're going to flam those accents. Yeah. Okay. So slowed. Same accent, but flams. All right. At this tempo. see if I can do that. If you get lost, like it's a little too fast, go back to the regular accents and then try to work those flams in. I'm gonna do 1.5 minutes on this one. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready, go. Oh my gosh. Last ones. As soon as I talk. All right. Well, anyways, that was cool. That's really fun, man. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Whatever. Make a cool drum fill. Throw off your band. All right, so I like this one, man. It's like let's continue this one on Friday. Let's do the second measures. We'll review the first the first two, and then we'll do the second two. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll change the metronome to fit that.
And they've already been natted for us, which is
They've
nice.
already been matified, yeah. I love how that I treat those the cheesing stuff and all that stuff like Nat's the one who invented this idea. Oh man, but I was never in marching band or anything like that. I was in jazz band in high school, but we didn't like nerd out on stuff like that. We nerded out on like Vinny or Dennis Chambers or something. But like that blew my mind the first time I saw that, where I was like, whoa, wait, the possibilities are endless. Like the first one that we're doing, the Michael Myers one, you could do the same thing with that. Instead of flamming, you could cheese it and cheese the in-between notes. And yeah, it's cool. I like it. It's good stuff.
Yeah, and that last flam we did, I mean, the right hand rhythm is so cool, like da 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 da. That's like really funky 7 groove.
Yeah. I love it. I mentioned it before, but like I rarely do things in odd times. I like 5 groupings of 5 16th notes. I think that but not in 5. You know what I mean? Like, so the accent is moving over every 5 notes. I think that's like my favorite, and that's like kind of as far as I go. But I don't really get into like, I need to build some drum fills with 7s, and like 9s are always weird because they sound like triplets, but I don't know. I need to do that what was that exercise that you shared the other like a few weeks ago that was like all the way up to 12s, groupings of 12. I don't remember. Anyways.
That I did?
I think Jeffrey maybe shared it.
Oh,
Maybe, I don't know. It's like an old school, like very old school, like, and it's taking every like progression.
Within the beat. So 1, 2,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a cool one that goes up to 8, which is just ones up to 8 and back down in either hand. So like 1, 2. And it ends up working out in 4/4. And then start over.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's a really good warm up, and it ends up being in 4/4, which is convenient.
I use that with my students, and these are kids who are like 10 years old or a little younger, and they will catch on real quick to that. But
Yeah.
older player will be like, this is weird.
So
But it's a cool one that it helps you if you think about the sound, you can definitely do it. You can go off the rhythm, but it's more like you have to mentally know where you are. That's the thing.
you're doing the same notation, but you're changing you're changing the amount of strokes on each hand, right? Is
Yeah.
that what I was hearing?
yeah, staying in 4/4 16th notes.
Okay,
Just
that's
like
it.
going 1 right, 1 left, 2 right, 2 left, 3 right, 3 left, 4 right, 4 left.
Okay, that's a
Yeah.
good idea.
I call it a
Yeah.
countdown or whatever, or the countdown, and I go down from eight on a hand to 7 on a hand, 6 on a hand, 5, all the way down to 1, and then back up.
That'd be a good exercise for me because some of them are easy, but some like doing 7 on your hand and having like one, like if you're doing 7 rights and then you have 1 left, that's really hard to do, you know. I was talking about though the notation changing from
I
like
think that was
grouping.
Daryl. I think Daryl posted something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah, Daryl, yeah. Yeah, it was like the notation that goes up, it's like quarter notes, eighth notes, or quarter note triplets, eighth notes, eighth note triplets, 16th notes, 16th note triplets. But then, or no, it's like groups of
Morello
groups of
table of time.
table of time. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I like. The last time I hit up my teacher was like, I want to do. It was that, and it was the rudimental ritual or something like that. That was like, you're supposed to do it with brushes, and you're supposed to go through all 40 rudiments and read it down. And like, I wanted to do that so bad, and I never accomplished it.
That's a goal of mine that I want to do it also.
Part of the problem though was I couldn't read it. Like I didn't understand. Like if it was like just write the rudiment above it, then I could do it. But I didn't understand how they were breaking it down because it's like now I'd like to revisit that because I could probably read it down like maybe not first try, but I could work through it at least.
Yeah, I think it's done like that intentionally though, so
Yeah.
you don't just like going into autopilot. They don't want you at the beginning. Like he didn't want people to go into autopilot, and then what they did when they actually did the rudiment, and I'm talking this is with actual Alan Dawson. These are stories from other people. He would actually make you just do maybe the first bar or one section that's a rudiment. Practice that for a while, and then come back and then add to that. Or do it in chunks and then add to that, and then by the end of it, you're supposed to be doing it without the sheet music.
Oh,
And it's like is it half an hour that it takes to go through everything? It's something. It's like a mental dexterity kind of thing, but
Yeah.
also at the beginning, no autopilot, like really getting ingrained into you, and then get it into autopilot, so it comes out and.
I need to bring that back with my students, man, to do that like one measure. Like every week we got to do it, and you have to know it when you come back. Like it's important. I know like a lot of the rudiments these days are like a taboo subject of like, we shouldn't be playing rudiments. We should be learning, proper this and proper that. But like, I still feel like they're useful tools to have, especially with soloing and building drum fills and being creative and making up your own stuff. I just don't think that you should just. I used to get really upset when I was younger taking lessons and just working on like practicing a rudiment, and I was always like, what is the use? Like, where am I going to use this? I'm just playing on a practice pad or on a pillow, and I'm just practicing rudiments. And it's like, but then once my teacher showed me, when I saw my teacher solo, I was like, oh, okay, well, I take that back. You know, he was a great jazz
For me,
jazz drummer.
practicing rudiments to me feels like reading the dictionary to try and learn more words. You know what I mean? You're just like, you have like everything that you could possibly ever want to play is within there, but without the context of saying, here's what I'm looking for, and here's where I need to find it, and here's where I can apply it. It's just kind of a fruitless practice unless, you're really just looking for, I need to get, new vocabulary for my hands.
Yeah, that was kind of my vow when I wanted to start teaching, is like when I started trying to identify like what I wanted to do as a teacher, that was one of the main things, is I don't want to ever teach anything that can't be put into context, and like, or useful for you on a gig. So like, if it's just like, of course, exercises and stuff will help you get to where will help you improve on that kind of stuff. But I almost fell into the like one of those students that just like looking at the syncopation book and like, my teacher was just like, read every line and play every line. If you get through the whole thing, then you've passed and you move on. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't understand why this is useful. When you're a kid, I'm like, I want to play punk. Like I want to play punk and reggae, like, and I didn't realize. Now I'm like, oh yeah, like you use a lot of 5 strokes, or like, like a drag in reggae, or 6 strokes in like ska music, and so now I'm like, okay, this is very useful for what I'm using. But there was like no attention being given to like the rhythmic scale, and like that's something that I really, really, really like would have been very useful for me when I was a kid, and so yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what it is. I have this book that I use with my kids when I used to teach in a school and stuff. It's Podamski's standard snare drum method. So it's like a classical music, stuff like that, but with snare drum rudimental. But like each piece, like literally goes off, starts off with the small stuff, and then it starts adding in the rudiments, but in a musical context, kind of like we were saying. Like it makes sense to actually use it. They introduce flams a little later on, but it's like, oh, you can kind of hear a musical phrasings, no melody since it's snare drum, but you can kind of hear the musical phrases while you progress between each sheet music. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And there's one, I don't know where it is, but I want to find it out. There's a book like that actually has backing music for snare drum.
Nice.
So it kind of like goes with the melodies, and you can actually, so you're like, oh yeah, a flam makes sense to play it in this part, things like that.
Yeah.
Your context is a big thing, because everything we do is pretty much abstract, and then we put it into something.
I like that. That's the way it should be too. Like, that you're doing this for a reason. It's not just to play different rhythms on the snare. It's like, once you put like, but even if you take a rudiment that you're working on and put it to a song, or like,
yeah.
Like there's a Imagine Dragons song that's like, and like a beginner can kind of play that if you just like teach them it, and it's like they feel like they're doing something, and they can feel the rhythm of that song all the time, or right away. It's really cool. I think it's like, that's important. That's what my goal is to try to get people to feel like they're doing it. Like I'm doing it, I'm really doing it. And they're, playing a song and they're using what they learned right away. It's really cool. So,
yeah.
All right, guys. So, that was a fun one. Like that was a traditional chops and coffee. I like it though. It's cool. I like to switch it up, and, I love the conversation, man. It really, really is helpful for me. Like, me and Jason are like constantly in all these meetings all the time, like trying to do some stuff. Jason's really good at business stuff, and I always have too many ideas. So I have a lot of guys like that in my world, in my corner, that are trying to help build something out of something cool. So I will keep you guys posted on that though. That's really where, like, the meme with the brain waves going like to the next guy, like there's 2 guys standing in front. It's like the brain waves. That's how I feel today. All right, guys. So I hope you guys have a great Wednesday and a great kind of rest of the week. And then I'll see everyone on Friday. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. See you all later. Bye.
See you Friday, guys.